Welcome back, nerds and nerdettes. It is time for our next match. And you said we're jumping to match 4, right?
Blackspace versus Taesang. Not going to be match 4. I think it's just match 2. But
okay,
this is going to be Blackspace versus Taesang. And you guys aren't seeing it yet, but we got some rankings coming your way. About to head up on our stream. So we'll take a look at that in a bit. Here we go. This is where we're at right now. As
you can see, Aaron, he's not been able to play quite yet.
He's been waiting, you know. Finally going to get his chance here against Pin Ping Ho in match number 2, which we are not going to be casting. We're going to be casting Blackspace versus Taesang. And it looks like Blackspace is the other player that did lose his game up against Diva. So we'll see how this one does pan out. Taesang, looking at his play, I don't know. He was making pretty good plays, I have to say.
Yeah, he was.
Seems pretty on point today.
Can't really complain. I think he brought good decks for the meta and whatnot, good balance. So maybe can go quite far. By the way, guys, we do have the chat up, and I want to let you know this is not, in fact, a green screen behind us. There's just like a little bit of confetti left over, and the fan blew it all up, but it's gone now.
Yeah, they took it out and stopped there. And
someone dropped more confetti upwards.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's actually like backwards snow. And it's just like a little fan machine.
You guys have never even been to. You guys have never been to Korea. You don't know what our backwards snow is like. Okay, like don't even pretend. You know.
And then it melts. You know, it's actually colored snow because it melts. You could see it. You know, it doesn't just
it evaporates before it gets to the top. Well, look, the higher you go, the closer you are to the sun, and the hotter it gets. We all know this. That's why the top of Mount Everest is the hottest place on Earth.
You're right. I'm playing with that one, Artis. Yeah. I mean, we got a bunch of lights in here too, you know, so it's just get stuff melting in here all the time.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Our next match gonna be Blackspace. I believe it's gonna be the guy up top. So Taesang looks like we're gonna have.
Taesang is on bottom again.
And for Blackspace, this is a zoo deck that has Bran in it, as you can see. Yeah. So that was the only thing that I noticed that looked really weirder. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of zoo decks with that.
Yeah.
Maybe I missed something, but...
No, I think that's the only one. I think we got like 3 zoo decks here. Out of all the players, and I think this is the only one. But look at the curve right now for the Druid. Living Roots into Wild Growth, Shredder.
Yeah, that's
Druid
really good.
We do have a really nice curve here for the Warlock, too. He's going to coin out the 2/1 drops and then gets a 2 into a 3.
Well, we do have Bran and Big Game Hunter on the other hand, so on turn 6 he can kill 2 Dr. Booms.
Whoa. That's crazy. May need that up against the Druid, you never know.
Could be. But that 1/3 Voidwalker actually doing a lot for him here.
Yeah,
keeping those little tree babies back. Those tiny
look really evil saplings.
What was the? I am Groot. That's it, Groot. Those look like baby Groots, basically.
I thought you were going to ask me what the name was, and you asked me about Groot. I really like this play with the Wolf. You just want to be putting pressure on, right? The Creeper is kind of slower, right? You might get a better trade in the next turn, but you don't necessarily want to be playing that Wolf.
Yeah.
But you're getting a lot of damage out here, and especially with the Druid where it's at, it did not have a good answer to the Void Caller on turn 2. So I definitely do like that play.
Sure. It's quite nice. And, as you said, though, this is something where we are going to see the curve just kind of continue forward and get stronger and stronger. But he's taking so much damage at this point that it's a real issue. And now with that Bran out, like, you can't... I guess you could kill the Bran this turn. It is a possibility. I mean, you'd have to charge one of your Druids of the Claw. If you don't, Dark Peddler, you get like, basically Dark Peddler always gives power overwhelming, right? That's just like what it says in the card. Get
pretty
power
much,
overwhelming.
Yeah. Power overwhelming or Soulfire, like 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And if you can get 2 of those, you could get even 2 power overwhelmings, man. That's really strong.
And look at that, he does do it. So he realizes that he doesn't want to play against 2 power overwhelming, so that's smart.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good play for sure. Especially you have all these minions now at 1 health. He could like try to Dark Peddler into Mortal Coil, but it's not as 100% as that Power Overwhelming is.
Could probably get it though.
Let's see.
Is this Cupcake card back? I'm missing a bunch of card backs now because I didn't play for a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really sad I had every card back. I do have the Tespa one though, which was eluding me for a long time. But then I didn't get other ones.
So now it's like you got
like
that
I could have
1/1.
completed it, but now
Yeah.
I didn't, and now I just will never have every card back, and that's just my life. That's who I've become.
Dan.
What a scrub, right?
Yeah. This is seemingly a really hard decision for Blackspace, so I think there is no Mortal Coil. He does get the charge here. There must have been another really good 1-drop, like the Power Overwhelming we were talking about. And he's like, do I want to charge this down now, or do I want to use Power Overwhelming? And it seems like he wants to charge it down.
All right. It doesn't really do as much as I would hope, but...
yeah, you can get a full clear.
Yeah.
It's... Yeah, as you're saying, it's not like amazing, right? It's like you got to forego dropping one of these really nice cards that he's got. He's got Lotheb, Ezra Drake, and the taunts here.
It's like, the thing is, I don't really want to take more damage here either. So like, swipe hero power, like it's definitely doable, and I think it's probably the best play. But going down to 11
it's
health, you're not developing your board really. You just really is. Sometimes that's nice too.
Yeah. I mean, you got your Shredder out here now, and on the next turn, I suppose, he could Drake. He hasn't drawn any of his Wraths yet, so like if he wanted to try to like draw in, and he would get like a 4 damage Wrath perhaps too, and he does have some. He has like control of the board now, which is generally pretty hard against a Zoo player. So, yeah, as you were saying, I think definitely the best play.
Yeah. Alrighty. Onwards, inwards. It's just
Onwards into the game.
Yeah.
Not going beyond the game here. This is WCA. WCG, I know it's similar, but
yeah. I mean, it's the same type of like international feel in a certain way.
Yeah. So, he does draw a keeper. Pretty nice draw up against the Zoo. Can clear some stuff if he wants to.
Yeah, I wonder if you're looking at going to face or taunting this guy. Like, I know obviously you need to get some damage done here. I feel like I would taunt him, to be honest.
I think
At
like
this part, I'd be afraid of things like Doom Guards just ending my game.
Yeah. I think taunt, into like clear the imp boss and then attack the 1/1
totally.
would be pretty nice.
That's actually what I would like to see, but it looks like he might actually do something else.
It seems like maybe that's the safe play. You know, as you were saying, like you're scared about a Doom Guard, you're going to be, pretty good against that. But then again, like even if he does have a Doom Guard with the taunt, you're not safe really either because the Creeper's still out. He can clear it. It's still going to have like 3 health left, the Doom Guard. But definitely the safe play. He was considering the Drake. Maybe that's like the winning play, right? Where he's like, oh, maybe if I take this risk and I draw into a Wrath or something, it could be nice.
Now, Skip's killing the Imp Gang boss, and actually, I kind of like this now that I think about it, right? Because, I mean, even if you kill the 2/4, you're not sure what you're going to get out of your Shredder. And it would give him back a 1/1 anyways. The 2/4 is not like a very scary attacker. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So far, I like Taesang's play. Liked it in game 1, I like it here in game 4.
Yeah,
match 4. I don't know.
We jumped on over to match 4. So yeah, another Imp Gang boss is not the best draw here for our boy Blackspace. So kind of in an awkward spot now. Even if he throws out Lotheb, it's not the hardest clear for Taesang. He could try to draw, but he's getting really low against a Druid. It's like, just a really ugly spot here.
Yeah, he has to feel like he could blow up at any time. It was going so nicely in the beginning, too, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's just going to Lotheb. I suppose that does protect him against the combo here. Although,
no, it doesn't.
Although...
Yeah,
no,
he's
too off lethal with the Savage Roar.
Would you consider doing that? Looking at this deck, you know it doesn't have life gain, and you can keep her next turn.
consider Savage Roar
Yeah.
to like
Bring him to 2.
bring him to 2
Is there any way that you can die if you do this? I guess there
against
is.
like a Silence Power Overwhelming.
Yeah, if you have Owl Power Overwhelming in hand, you can only draw 1 more card. Let's see, it's another Power Overwhelming because that would be the, or a Doom Guard. Yeah, you'd have the mana for that. It'd be 9. You'd definitely die to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, guys. Is that 12? Could that possibly equal 12?
Maybe. But yeah, just decides to go for the Loatheb. Gonna make it, as you see, with the Power Overwhelming, even if he did like have a silence and somehow like had like a Soulfire or some, you know, maybe like a Sergeant or something, definitely makes it impossible to do that whole combo, throwing out his own Loatheb. So in a really nice spot now is Taesang with this play. I feel like this is the safe play, probably.
No, it makes much more sense. And it looks like that's just game. I mean, I guess you could tap, but looking at this, you have to assume that you're dead. There's enough direct damage that Druids play in their deck, like between Savage Roar, Force of Nature, and, you know, swipes.
You know what would be nice?
However you add this up, you're dead.
What would be nice if he kills the Shredder and Doomsayer pops out?
That would be the play. That would
clears
be the play.
everything. I think that's a pretty
You
nice
always
play.
have to check for that, too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever commentated a tournament where that doesn't happen one time.
Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a Shadow Boxer.
Uh-oh. What if he Ancient of Lords himself? Right?
Right. I see what you're saying. But yeah, there we go, Savage Roar, and that is going to be the game. Druid, who generally I feel like doesn't have the easiest time against Zoo. Gets like one of the best curves I've ever seen, and
I mean,
wins
that's
the game.
That's what Druid is, right? Is drawing your curve correctly. So, yeah, Druids. I'm looking at you. I hate
You're looking
Druid
at one
players.
right here.
Yeah, no, I like just don't play Druid. Don't like
it's
Druid.
so fun. What's
fun about playing
not
on
fun.
curve?
It's
It's
not
like-
fun when you don't draw Wild Growth or Innervate, and you're sitting on like an Ancient of Lore and then like a Druid of the Claw, and you know,
Yeah,
a
and you just
Shredder,
can't
and
play
you're
anything,
like,
you die. See, that's
I'm
what
gonna
I-
hero power twice into turn 4.
Yeah,
Like,
that's when I play Druid.
no.
Maybe I should put Innervates
Maybe
and
you've
Wild
just-
Growths in there.
Yeah, you should. And maybe you just had like a bad experience, man. Sometimes you just
I have
gotta
a bad
get
experience
lucky.
playing against it because they're just like, hey, look at this. I use all my mana every turn. Isn't that cool? Look at how I used all my mana every turn. I'm so good at this.
I mean,
game."
there's a reason why this deck has not changed. Basically, they've like subbed out a couple of cards here and there, but every deck does that, and it's still around for like more than a year.
Yeah.
It might even be like 2 years at this point. I don't even. It's been a long time, Dan.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, so looks like this Zoo deck that he's brought in. There's no like Doom Guards. It actually plays double Sea Giant, so that's kind of cool. Also has double Defender Vargas and Gormok the Impaler.
Yeah, let us not forget about him.
Yeah, no, he's very
That elephant
important
in
to
the
keep in
room.
mind. Yeah, so definitely different than Bran, Bronzebeard. I
Yeah.
would say Gormok the Impaler is much scarier.
That sounds a lot scarier for
Yeah.
sure. So he's playing all these minions that are going to be a bit more sticky.
Oh, he actually
right?
plays
He's even playing
Brain,
Agent
too.
Squire. Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. That's
Well, with Gormok, I mean, they're like the tag
Yeah.
team of death, right?
That's disgusting.
Sick turn
Like
7.
if you can actually get that out, I think you just win the game.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Pretty sure.
now look at this. I mean, he's playing all these minions that are very sticky. He's got the Creeper. He's got the Urgent Squire that he's also playing, just because again it's sticky. And he's gonna have Implosion here in a bit. Gonna throw down an egg too. So Taesang feeling pretty good, but Zoo against Zoo here, always a bit of fun, lots of
Yeah.
action.
When you go to the zoo, Valdez, what's your favorite animal?
I like tigers.
Tigers?
Yeah, I like tigers. I
Okay.
like the orange and
Yeah.
black coat.
Yeah, no, I mean, tigers are pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
For me, it's
I
the
like
giraffe.
the way they roar. The giraffe.
Oh, yeah, no, by far. The giraffe. I like
Really?
tears in my eyes. I love giraffes.
Seriously?
Yes, no, seriously. I really do. I
Okay.
have a giraffe mug at my house. Next time you come over, I'll show you.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right?
Does it have like a long neck? Do you hold it by the neck?
No, you don't.
It's got
no.
like the neck at the bottom and the top is its head.
Let me reword this. I have a mug with giraffe artwork on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not technically a giraffe mug, I guess. I feel bad now. I feel like I need what you just described.
Yeah. It's more like a giraffe goblet, I guess. If you're holding the neck at the bottom, right?
It would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be very, very tall in that way.
Yeah. Now saying this, I actually do want to go to the zoo. It's been a while.
Oh, I love going to the zoo.
I went when I was pretty young, but
you went to the zoo on my birthday a few years ago.
I wasn't there.
Did I not invite you, or you just weren't there?
I think that's when I had first met you, and I think I was also not in the country. Okay. You might have. But I know I wasn't.
This is going to get really awkward, man. He's like, no, you didn't invite me. I still hate you over that. I'm like, oh no, we have 6 more hours of Hearthstone to cast together.
You're locked in here with me. So we had not the most complicated trade there. It looks like he actually is trying to get as many of these minions on the board as possible. Taesang, even trading it out here, did not want to use that power overwhelming, wants to save that. And now he's got 4 on the board. He could either...
Where's his Cormac?
Yeah, where is that guy? He could come out on the next turn,
Come on,
but...
Cormac. Jeez.
Lazy guy, man. On the other side here... Oh, he's going to go for the implosion. I hope it doesn't hit 2. Ooh. I hope he doesn't get a 2, man.
Yeah, the 2 would be bad.
Oh, no.
Well, that sucks.
That is so awkward. If it was just a 3 or a 4, he would be in such a good spot.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't say he's like in a terrible spot anyways. He does have the life advantage, Valdez.
That is true, Dan. Let's see
Watch
how
it hit 4 now.
Oh, pretty close. We were only 1 off. Though.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good like that.
Yeah. So I think you clear this. I wouldn't want to leave that up.
Well, if he does, Defender of Argus can really ruin his day.
Even like a wolf, or get wolf up in here in this cast. Yeah. So just gonna clear that, and Blackspace. Not too happy. Is that Cormac? No, it's Brad. Oh man. I got excited there. Sorry, Brad.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe he wants to hold on to his Cormac as well.
Yeah.
Or imagine Bran with Lotheb. Your spells cost 10 more next turn.
You just don't get to cast any spells.
Well, you could. A Circle of Healing on turn 10.
That's true. There's
really
like the one. Wow, and he draws another implosion here. I wonder if he is going to use it. He could try to do the same thing as Blackspace, where he hits the egg and tries to implosion and not roll the 2. Although he may have a better time of clearing it.
The thing is, he has a 4-1 as well, and that's going to die no matter what. I would almost want to trade that for a full health Rubian dude.
Yeah, it's actually a good point.
Like, this is a spider with only
you just
one
run
life
that in
left. Like,
and then implosion the imp.
I really like that play.
Or you don't even have to.
I like
implosion.
the Lotheb as well. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so on curve.
Yeah.
It's so druid-like that like it's really.
That's like the druid play, Like all these druid players are like.
Druid player looks at his hand and he's
this.
like, "Yeah, I have a card that costs 5," and they put it down. Like, "Oh, look at that! I won! Oh my god, I'm legend rank! I'm so good at this game."
Yeah. Exactly, man. And he also trades in the imp, which is interesting. I suppose that imp can't. Well, he trades his imp for the other imp, but it's not going to really do much for him, as we do have a Dark Iron Dwarf that did get tapped into.
Thank God Dark Iron Dwarf is back in the zoo and nothing ever changes ever. It's like the very, very, very first zoo decks back in like January of 2014 played this dude. So it's nice to see him back.
Do you know if Standard is going to have all the neutral cards? I think it will, right?
It has all the original, like classic, whatever you call like the thing that starts.
Classic neutral, right?
The return of Harvest Golem. That's what we should call standards.
Awesome.
The return of Harvest Golem.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be back. So I think you're. This is an interesting play, actually, because you pretty much have two choices. You're either overwhelming to trade and then the Gang boss, or you're trying to go for the 3 roll. But I think the Gang boss is a bit more sticky. You're going to have a nice little guy on the board. And
oh, he's the best, like especially against these spiders. Look at that spider. Spider is garbage next to the Gang boss. Just a... He's going to eat the spider. He's going to eat both the other spiders. Oh, jeez. You know how many little
then his
imps
little
there's going to be?
Yeah, the imps are going to come out and eat the other spiders too.
And then he's going to play his Earth Ring Farseer to heal him up and do it again. And there's just imps for days. And Gormok comes out, and oh my god, the combos.
Yeah, it's
disgusting. Oh my god, the combos.
My shield.
So he's going to play this Argus. And it is going to, I suppose, do a bit more damage, but with the implosion here too, it's not a bad spot for Taesang. He's not out of this one just yet.
What is that power overwhelming doing? He's not going to play that.
He's like reading the text. He's like, what
he
does
puts
this
on
do
his
again?
King boss and attacks a spider. I'm like, I don't think you understand what that card does. He's like, push for whoa!
Yeah, I think you got an implosion here. Hopefully you go 2, you get a 2, and then like you have just, or you get a 4, you get a 4, I mean.
4 would
and then
be sick.
you can trade in your 2 into the other one.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Too bad spells aren't considered battle cries, right?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be
they
sick?
should be. You know, I think we
Clearly.
should talk to Blizzard about this. Dan's got a great new idea.
Yeah. You'd be like, wow, yeah, that sounds like it won't be easily abusable.
Just play with a mage and use arcane missiles. It just keeps on shooting missiles over and over. It just like never stops. We're casting like 12 arcane missiles coming out.
It'd be called modern missiles then.
Yeah, that would be pretty insane.
It'd be like watching Gundam Wing when they open up to fire. Just like a million missiles coming out of their shoulders. Always out of the shoulders.
It's always those damn shoulders.
Man, it's shoulder missiles. You know it.
I see.
So this is. Oh wow, that's not the best knife. Poor knife there.
Look at this. He can clear like everything in the universe.
Yeah, I'm just wondering when Gormok is gonna, get off his ass and join the game here.
After there are no minions on the board, no doubt.
This is a great time for Gormok to show his face. You throw it into the Lotheb. Ooh, that is not bad either. A 0-cost Sea Giant.
That's okay. It's all right. The thing is, he has so much mana at this point.
I love your deadpan. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
Complain.
And he can trade into the Lotheb too.
Actually, there's actually a big game hunter in the other hand.
Yeah. Wow. I think Gormok would have been a lot better, actually.
Yeah, well, Gormok would have been just...
than the Sea Giant.
That would have been the nuts right there, right?
That's a pretty good trade, though, with the Wolf, too.
Yeah. Well, BGH going to come down. Ooh, I think that was actually quite a nice draw as well.
Let's see what else he
Allows your
draws.
spider dude to kill the wolf guy.
I've got
Yeah, Beach Sergeant is nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can trade that in.
He's like, whoa, he has like 4 attack while he kills the wolf.
I mean, I think you might want to play it here anyway. Just get that extra guy on the board. But it's kind of awkward because then it just trades with the imp.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
you
thing,
might
like,
not want
I
to,
feel like I
actually.
would want my wolf to kill the imp next turn. I think
Yeah.
I would probably hold on to it just because we're both so low on cards.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're right.
really,
And Gang Boss into Voidwalker.
I like the Voidwalker. It's really good. And of course, the King Boss is playing. You know what? These guys are playing a lot of good cards in their decks.
Yeah. This is some next level
Yeah.
casting we're doing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the cards they're using. Pretty good artwork and design.
Yeah.
That Nerubian looks like he's in a lot of pain, but I mean, it's still pretty cool.
All right, what do you use the implosion on? If you get a knife juggler, that's what you do. Oh, and he gets the knife juggler.
Damn.
This is so easy. When the game gets boring, you're just like, okay, I know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
The game slows down, I'm like, yeah, this is what we need. Oh.
That is. Oh, man.
That's not it. That's
These
not
are like
it.
the worst juggles of all time.
Oh.
That's all right, but you don't even clear the.
Dude. Oh.
Get in there!
Jeez.
Oh.
Oh my god. Jugs, come on.
Oh man, those juggles actually might have lost it for him here. I mean, we're at a weird spot now in Zoo where they're both getting pretty low and everybody's life tapping every single time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dangerous at this point.
They're both helping each other and hurting each other every time they use their hero power.
And it comes to an interesting part now where you could try to go aggressive here and like get him to a point where he's thinking about not tapping, right? And then you might have an advantage. But then again, there's so much stuff on the board. I don't think you can yet. But we're getting close. We're getting close. I mean, he does have a lot of damage on board. He's got 10 right now. But even getting your opponent down to 7, it's like you're not ready to do it yet.
Yeah, it's like this is. I think this turn basically carries everything, doesn't it? Like this is just this is the game win for Taesang is to clear the board rather than to do damage.
Yeah,
Just by killing a bunch of stuff, like 2 cards, whatever 2 cards Blackspace is coming up, unless he plays Hellfire, which he doesn't. Spoiler alert, he doesn't play it. Like I don't think there's coming back from this board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not it.
Abusive Sergeant is all right, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
because you trade in them, you trade in your Abusive Sergeant, so you clear the 4/1, and he's not dead yet.
yes, he's not technically dead. That is.
Get in there and fight!
This is pretty tough, though. I would say, like.
That juggle here, this could
Does it get
actually
the
ruin
2/4?
it. Oh, it goes face.
Yeah.
Not the best juggles for both these players.
Not in fact the place.
Yeah. Was that like a play on? Oh, there he is.
Gormok.
Okay, now that's it, right? Okay, there's Gormok comes out. He impales the Imp Gang boss. Says he is in fact the boss.
He looks just like that 2/7 guy that gets more attack when he gets damaged.
Oh yeah, the Berserker.
Yeah, dude,
right?
they have those big tusk things coming out.
Yeah,
You can tell I play a lot of World of Warcraft, right?
definitely.
Like, he's one of those tusk dudes.
Whenever
man.
I go to your house, you're just playing that game all the time.
All the time.
It's really
I'm level 300.
So that was pretty interesting, back and forth, but I feel like Taesang just had the better draws and the better juggles overall.
Yeah.
So he does win.
He
that
definitely
one.
juggled well there. You
Yeah.
know, we had Gormok coming out just in the nick of time to finish that game off.
Yeah.
Worked out pretty well.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I like that one. So that puts Taesang at 2-0, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's up right now against Blackspace. Yeah, 2-0, right? Because he won the first game with the Druid.
Yeah. So now he is going to use his last deck. Here it is going to be the Secret Paladin making his return once again. And that is not a bad curve.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, over on this other side for Blackspace, going to be using the Zoo deck once again.
Why do you call?
Blackspace, pretty aggressive decks overall. He uses the Zoo and the Face Hunter, which both of them have not been banned. It looks like, in fact, the Patron was banned away from Blackspace, and he does have
And,
that Druid left
yeah.
over.
Patron ban on both sides. What a big surprise that is.
Well, the way it worked for Taesang, no surprise there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I do like that.
So, yay, Secret Keeper. Here we are, and guys, let people know that we have this match going. We're going to be on really, really long time. This is
This
a
is
long day of cast.
the marathon Hearthstone cast.
Yeah,
of
like
WCA.
I'm fairly certain that we cast like almost too many games today for humans to cast.
It's 10 best of 5s, and then versus 10 best of 5s. Okay, that's the first part of the tournament. That's Duel Tournament 1.
And we're casting that whole thing?
Yeah, and then Duel Tournament 2, and
what is this, a dream hack?
we're chained to the chairs, man. We're not leaving.
This chair, they're gonna have to send it home with me because it's gonna have my butt indented on it.
It's gonna be attached to you. And then we go into the Duel Tournament number 2, which is where we have the 2 seeded players go up against the 2 advancing players from this group. And then, they do a best of 5, I would assume, and then there's a winners match, and then a losers match, and then a losers match number 2, and then those last final 2 players that make it through do face off against each other for the finals.
By the way, guys, we are looking at the chat during all this, and the guy in the chat saying it's been too long since he's played Hearthstone. He doesn't know what's going on. Dude, there's like 3 new cards, okay? Look, welcome. This guy's Dark Peddler. When you play him, you get a 1 casting cost spell. It's always Power Overwhelming.
Yeah,
okay.
always.
Well, there's Mysterious Challenger. I don't know if you know him or not. He brings a bunch of secrets out of your deck. He's pretty broken. And there's like 3 other new cards, so you just chill. This is... It's all good, man. We got you. It's Zoo versus Secret Paladin based around the Mysterious Challenger.
We're pretty on point here, Dan. I'd say myself.
We're basically we could
be playing in this tournament, man. We know all the cards.
We might go to BlizzCon. We'll see.
Well, we're gonna see Muster for Battle be played here. It looks like he's gonna save that coin for turn 5. Get that Mysterious Challenger out as soon as possible.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good play. Especially with this board plus a piloted Shredder next turn.
Oh yeah.
Plays for days.
This is the place for the plays to happen. And that's a pretty nice turn, though. Blackspace gonna get a really nice Argus here between the Peddler and the Egg.
Yeah, I do quite like that. I don't think it changes really that much. Turn that egg into a 3/3.
Yeah, I think you just want to get the sticky Shredder out there and coin out the Challenger.
Kind of plays itself a little bit.
Yeah, Druid's back here in the game.
Yeah,
playing on curve,
the tricky part is using the coin on turn 5 to play the most powerful card in the deck on turn 5 instead of turn 6.
For sure. Well, let's see what he wants to do here. He's like hovering. I suppose he's trying to say like, "Hey, I have a secret." Trying to show him like maybe that a different card is the secret by hovering over the keeper there. Those are like the super advanced plays at the highest level, because once you get to this level, I mean, you kind of know what you're doing. You've like played so many games that you've been in so many situations like this before, so you can do like little extra things like hovering over cards to throw your opponent off, because they're generally going to be looking at what you're hovering over and like drawing conclusions like, he's hovering over this card, he must have a secret, now I can say he's got a secret, and that means that there's a higher % chance that he hasn't drawn Mysterious Challenger or something like that.
Yeah, so. Totes my goats.
It's essentially like cool story, bro. You're like,
it is. You're right. Well, at least we do have Blackspace actually getting a bunch of taunts out here, building his board quite well, and clearing as many minions as he can, which is super important. Oh, he didn't want to draw that. That makes Mysterious Challenger much worse.
Yeah.
But you play that no matter what.
Yeah. I think he's running Redemption, Competitive Spirit, 1 of each of those, and 2 Noble Sacrifice and 2 Avenge. So he is just going to throw that out there, going to grab 3 of the secrets, and then begin the trading.
Every time that you say Noble Sacrifice, the Creed song starts playing in my head.
My sacrifice. Oh, man. Wow, he actually doesn't clear the Defender of Argus there. He could have with the two spectral spiders and the
Yeah, I think he wants
The hammer.
to keep some stuff up right now because of competitive spirit. Like that would be like more value, I guess, if he does get more hits on that. And like, yeah, that's what I think.
yeah.
Oh, I miss Hearthstone.
Yeah. I've been
Hearthstone
enjoying
did
this a
not
lot.
miss me though, man.
I think I missed it. I'm a pretty good caster.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
I think people enjoy
I
your
wish
casting.
he would just guess what you're going to play every turn.
Yeah. We could
Instead
get
of
like
this
really
thing where he's
analytical
trying
in
to-
here. Like, well, he's got a total of 5 different plays here. Let's go through them one by one.
Here are the cards that are in his hand and what happens when he plays them.
Well, he gets the power overwhelming from the Dark Peddler. No surprise there. And is just going to get a really good trade overall.
Yeah, doing a very good job with that. Actually clears things pretty well. Competitive spirit definitely getting a bit of value here. 3 minions out there, so really helped out that the spectral spiders were still around, I guess. And
Yeah.
look, he's still got some charges on that weapon as well. So
I think you can throw this out.
imagine if he hadn't drawn that avenge. This would look even better
Yeah.
if he hadn't drawn that avenge.
He would be in a better spot for sure, but even so, not in a bad one, especially with the Sludge Belcher draw. Not going to be the easiest trade in the world. Deciding to trade the Spider for the 3-1 and take the less damage there, because of course he was going to lose the Spider regardless for the trade. And now trying to decide whether or not to trade here. Looks like he may want to go face.
Move quickly.
Look at how much damage we have on the other side, by the way. Like,
Let
Silence
me
plus
think.
Doomguard. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like, he can bring him really low next turn. That's what he wants to do. It's so messy dealing with the Sludge Belcher. I would want to Iron Beak it.
Yeah, the Wolf is an interesting draw. This is like not a Druid play where it's like you're just playing on curve, right? It's like you have a couple of different options here for sure.
If,
So
like, if the thing is, trading into the Belcher is really annoying, and that card, he can probably guess what it is. Like, it's probably like, oh, maybe a Redemption, maybe an Avenge, something like this. I don't think anyone really plays 2 competitive spirit anymore, right? Like that. Those
I think-
days have gone. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm 100% up to date because I haven't been doing a lot of Hearthstone lately.
I think you might have to know that it is Avenge
Yeah.
because
That's
it
yeah.
didn't get played from the Mysterious Challenger, right?
Yeah,
So he has
exactly.
to know that they were both in his hand, which
So-
is really interesting.
Yeah, and that was kind of my argument for not trying to clear anything and just going face, and I guess he agrees.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I did it for different reasons, but yes. I'm like, oh, okay. I understand the game in a really weird way. I'm like, well, I mean, 5 minions. When you have 5, you attack face. It's like, well, no, that's not why. But you're right. I am.
you
going to
have
attack
lots
face.
of damages. I just want to kill him.
Correlation, not causation, Artus. I'm like, I don't know the difference. They both start with C, bro.
Well, this is not a good spot for Taesang. This is really, really ugly. At this point, you don't even want to be taking damage, but you can't even effectively clear the 5/7. You could use your Keeper, but then you don't get the 6/6 on board with the Noble Sacrifice. It's kind of. I think he can't No, I think he can survive.
He can,
with,
yeah.
With 2 health. Right?
Yeah, with 2. It's super low.
Who am I?
Looks like
Wait, does he...
That's got to be Noble Sacrifice.
Yeah, it has to be Noble Sacrifice. But he dies. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't.
No.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of these minions has to attack into the Noble Sacrifice unless he gets a charged minion. Implosion is interesting. He's going to try to draw. Well, that's not bad. Definitely not going to be the easiest time for Taesang to clear that. Dr. Boom, if it ever does get down here. What do you Implosion here? I guess you just go for
Yeah.
the safe one.
Let's say it's because it's going to kill him almost every time. So there's one big minion.
Yeah. I guess you can't really trade. You just want to go face here.
Yeah. I mean, what life gain are you really looking at?
Wow. That's
I think
interesting.
he did that on
wants to-
purpose.
He wants to dodge the consecration.
Yeah, just wants to make sure that he has a minion up for next turn, no matter what. So it's a
The victory
good play right there.
Victory is Blackspace's.
All right, making this series now. That was his first victory, right?
Yeah, he played Zoot 3 times, and he finally got that win. Went down to Druid, went down against the Zoo and of Taesang as well, and finally was able to defeat the Secret Paladin. And of course, that's the only deck left over for Taesang, so we will be seeing that again.
Okay. Well, yay, more Secret Paladin. And with
You
that
seem really
gone,
thrilled
then-
about that, Dan.
Yeah, I just love it. Hey, we do have a Face Hunter in here. That's kind of
Yeah.
a nice mix-up. And in fact, he uses the Face Hunter. Let's do it.
Yeah. So he's got Face Hunter and his own Druid left over. Decides to play this first.
Like, oh my god, 2 flares. No flares. Looks like for secrets, he has
2
an
flares?
explosive and a snake trap in here. Obviously, his opponent doesn't know this. 2 owls, obviously. Only 1 eagle horn bow, 1 arcane, 2 argent horse rider. Okay. Nothing too peculiar about this list. Same thing I'm sure every one of you in the chat has died to on the ladder many, many, many times.
Or played yourself. And,
Yes. Yes. No, the people who watch my streams don't play Face Hunter, buddy.
None of them?
No.
None of the...
I would know. I would sniff them out and ban them. I missed you two, guy in the chat.
You know,
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, by the way.
Yeah.
Valdez and Artosis here. We're having a great time.
it's been fun so far.
It has been. I'm having a good time here with you.
Yeah. I'm sorry to mention this, though, but Nick Tasteless Plot is one of the guys that loves his Face Hunter.
I know he does.
Yeah. Do you ban him from your chat?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I'm like one of those awkward
I give him a
interviewers
light
that ask
ban.
the hard questions. I'm like, so will this hurt your guys' relationship?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I hate him.
One of the guys in the chat thinks I'm serious. Is going to make a thread like, oh my god, Dan said this about Tasteless. Like, I don't know what this means. Somebody hold me. So, yeah, he's going to be going face here. There's not too much thinking to be done here. If you're trading into that shield mini bot, you're not playing it right.
No, certainly. But you know what? The Face Hunter obviously can be anything with the right draw, but Paladin decks in general, like Muster, Shielded Mini-Bot, cards like this are...
Consecration.
Yeah, Consecration, another great example, are fantastic against it and can really kind of dominate your board early on. So it can be a little bit frustrating. And we'll see how he ends up playing it. His hand is actually really slow. It's got 2 secrets and Mad Scientist. Those are both of his secrets. So, look, Kill Command, like, these are really slow cards in his hand. So he's probably going to have to, like, start using his hero power pretty regularly. Like, you have to economize that. Like, if you have a hand where you're like, oh, God, this is a little bit hard, you need to gain value out of that hero power over time. And the later we get into the game, the more powerful that becomes.
Yeah, for sure.
Bam,
So-
there, I said something smart. Now back to
You
making,
did it.
Now back to making jokes.
You
Like,
proved
pull
that
my
one-
finger, Valdez.
The one guy in
Like,
the
ow,
chat
my finger.
is proven wrong now.
the haters.
Yeah. So, pretty nice spot for Taesang. Looking good to hold this one, but as you said, anything is possible when you are a Face Hunter. Oh my god, he just played a secret. And the Secret Keeper on the other side did just gain 1/1 down.
Well, 3-4 is pretty big. By the way, someone in the chat is asking what your name. What's your name again? I just found this guy in the street. I'm not really.
I just like get up and walk out of here. I'm like, oh, I've had
Like,
enough
I don't
of
have
this.
any control over him. He's not being paid for this, guys. He can leave at any time.
I'm Valdez. I cast StarCraft. You guys may have heard of that game. I don't. It's a pretty cool game. I like it.
Rip. What is? By the way, that tells him that there's another secret in his hand because you wouldn't play one secret and that's just. Anyways, but what's your Twitter handle so people know?
At Brendan Valdez.
There you go. And Valdez with a Z at the end, right?
With
Or
an
was
S.
Oh, with an S. Okay,
Yeah.
I always mix that up.
Don't worry, that's pretty standard. I think with a Z is more common, so I get called that a lot. It doesn't
Yeah,
bother me. Even
yeah.
like in the past, at school and stuff, people would spell it with a Z. So pretty common mistake.
So, oh, look, he drew a Leok.
Oh, Leok, no, it's always Huffer, man. You could trade that in right
It
now.
matters whose point of view you're looking at. And based on the cards he's drawn already this game, I am telling you, friend, that's a Leok.
Blackspace is looking at that. He's like, man, I don't think
He's like,
Leok
this better
is
be
good
a Huffer.
here.
Oh,
It's
Amisha.
actually pretty good.
What?
We never see that card, man. I'm
Like,
surprised
what
you know
is
the name
that?
of that card.
Can you hover over that? Does that give +1 to the other minions on his side of the board?
Yeah. This is interesting. He can't do anything else. He's like hovering over his other stuff. He's like trying to pretend as if he's got a 1-drop in here, but I suppose he's thinking about whether or not to use this here. And here you go. It's going to be Noble Sacrifice. Going to be dropped out here.
All right, may as well clear that out now with something weak like the Glaive Zuka. That was actually not a bad draw. I think I would use that.
Yeah, otherwise it's kind of
It's kind of
awkward.
super wonky. Otherwise,
Yeah, you're just playing minions and not trading. But now he's got a 3-1 and a 3-4 on board. This Hunter is in a bit of trouble, Dan.
he's in a pickle.
Yeah, that he is.
Pickles are green.
He's
Just
stuck between a rock and a hard place. he's stuck between a secret keeper and a keeper of Alderman. I mean, they're both keepers.
this guy
but,
keeps on keeping on, man.
Yeah. It's really on the ball tonight.
He wants to keep his lead here.
Like, what do you do here as the hunter?
Well,
You-
every
you-
play sucks, so I mean,
Every play sucks.
I think I would play like.
You like owl and kill command face. I'm like, well, buddy, that's I mean, you're
Well,
doing damage.
you could owl the 3-1 and kill command the 3-4, but like when you're doing that, it's like, are you ever gonna win the game? So this is one of those situations that I was talking about at the beginning, where the hero power is probably going to be about as good as you're gonna get. You're gonna have to draw into some good stuff and just whittle his life down so that you can maybe just barely kill him before you lose.
Yeah. So we're seeing the Paladin pretty much dominate here, but Explosive Trap definitely going to be pretty nice. I think he knows exactly what it is, because as you were saying, there was only one other secret in there. Explosive Trap, very common for the Hunter, right? You already saw Snake Trap, so it's probably going to be Explosive Trap nearly 100% of the time, so just trades it out there is kind of unavoidable, but doesn't lose all too much outside of that Secret Keeper.
Well, this is where it gets really rough, because there's a lot of damage on the board on the other side, right? You got 9 minimum coming in if you don't clear. So how much are you like front loading your damage? And it looks like he is just going to go face. I like this. When in doubt, with a hand like this, you have double kill command. Just go for it.
Just go for
because
it.
you're probably going to lose anyways. If you try to get tricky and clean this stuff up, that's going to be like the thing that works the least.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool also because you know that there's no Noble Sacrifice, so you can just throw all those guys out there. You know it's not coming, and this is probably the most damage you're going to get out of Unleash the Hounds anyway.
Let me
So just, you already have a beast in your hand. You got that nice combo coming down here.
And any time that he's trying to clear out any of your little doggies, you know, he's losing a bunch of damage as well, which is giving you that extra turn or whatever. So this is actually kind of hard for Taesang because he's looking at this and saying, hey, I'm at 16. And he's had one of these cards in his hand since like turn 2 or something.
Yeah.
And then the other ones for a while. And it's like he's having these crappy turns. You can almost put him on a kill command for sure.
Yeah, at least one.
Like, yeah, I would be definitely assuming a kill command. Okay, he is going to attack, and this is kind of cool. He actually gave himself exact lethal for next turn. But, let's see, 10, 12, yeah, not quite. Tough. He's got to clear something.
Yeah, you got to clear something and have enough damage, I suppose, to go for a combo next turn. But I think that's impossible because
Yeah, he can't quite kill him next turn.
you've only got 10 damage with the kill command combo on turn 8. You could, if you were going face here, you're dying, as we said. I think
That was really great by Taesang to leave him in a, like, you must clear something level, you know? Oops.
well, kind of silence it.
That's a pro silence right there.
Quickly.
Not scared about any taunts. He knows that the only thing that gets him is like obviously, like a sludge belter off the top here. Oh man.
Oh boy.
There you go. And,
He plays 2 owls though, right?
Yeah, he does.
He plays 2, so he's gonna clear both these. An owl is a victory.
Owl is victory.
Yeah.
That's it. He needs
That's
to draw
why
an
you play
owl
2,
here.
obviously.
That's what you need. So Blackspace giving himself the best chance here. I mean, he's had some pretty good, plays, even with the hand he had, right? You know, one of the worst hands I've ever seen, and it's a creeper.
Aw, 2 mana minion, like, oh, it could have been an owl. It was so close, but
Yeah.
that is actually only 7 damage. So funny.
Oh boy. That's gotta feel so bad.
It
You're the
has.
face hunter. You had really bad
Okay.
draws, but you still got so close.
What do? Do you just concede?
What else are you gonna do?
You check for Doomsayer. Every time. You have to. Anyone who doesn't check for Doomsayer shouldn't be playing in
Today
pro
we
tournaments.
figured out that you're a better Hearthstone player than I am.
No, I have.
Because if it is Doomsayer,
Then
which
you
he is gonna
still
check,
win.
You can still win.
Yeah, you just hero power every turn and he dies.
Yeah.
Like, he won't. He probably won't
I mean,
be able
he
to kill you.
is.
Unless he draws like a big sword. What is it? Oh my god, it's not Doomsayer. But Blackspace showing he understands the power of the Doomsayer and does check for that, doesn't work out.
I'm kind of disappointed in a way. I mean, Taesang is a great player, don't get me wrong, but Blackspace, he was making some really good plays.
Yeah.
He feels like he looks like a really good player, but he was just not drawing the cards.
He
today.
knew exactly how to play that in such a hard position because like he never was hitting his curve. He had all his late game cards.
He had all
like
the
drew
secrets.
both his secrets with his mad scientist right off the bat. It was like
He
just
drew none of the none of his good 1-drops. I think he had like 1 leper gnome. He had 1 scientist, right? Just
garbage hand.
really, really bad.
Yeah. Well, he made all the right plays. I felt like that was a really solid play out of him. Like always attacking face.
Yeah. That's why I feel kind of
throwing
disappointed.
his spells
right?
at face, checking for Doomsayer.
Yeah.
You know, when I say it out loud, it seems like it's pretty easy, but it was good play. I thought.
I didn't even think about it. It's something you got to think about with when there's a shredder on the board, right?
Yeah.
Can turn the tide of the game for sure. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're going to go into break just like that.
All right, guys. We'll see you in just a little bit.